everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be back. I took a little break. It wasn't too long. You guys got a video last Monday or Tuesday, but I did just take a little bit of a break. I enjoy filming. I love it. I love being here. I wanted one less thing to do, honestly. I even took a couple days off of cooking and we ate like soup and quesadillas. So I just needed a moment. That is it. We are all just trying to get through all this. But I am back. I am excited. And today we're just going to kind of, I don't know, create something fun, a little neutral, maybe a little pop of color. You guys already know how I do. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But if you're new around here, welcome. My name is Jackie. I hope that you enjoy my content. And please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video, or as often as you'd like to be reminded about my videos. My videos are here for whenever you guys want to come back and watch them. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and I primed my eyes, and anything that I don't put up on the screen, it'll be in the link down below. If I accidentally forget something and you want to know, let me know in the comments and I'll let you know what it is. But for the most part, it's either in the description or already up on the screen. So to start off with, I'm just going to take any fluffy brush. This one got stained from another eyeshadow, but any fluffy brush will do. This is going to help me with my lightest transition shade, so it's going to help disperse it, and then in the end it's going to help with the blending. So I'm just going to go into the Alien palette first and pop that in the crease. And of course, if you have a smaller, I don't know, eye situation, eyelid space, then you definitely can use a smaller brush. I just have a lot of space and I like for the makeup to be able to be shown when I'm looking forward, so I do use a nice big brush for my crease. And then I'm just blending it kind of like circular motions, but dragging it along like while doing windshield wiper motions. And I just like to take that up maybe right here. Again, I have a lot of eyelid space, so I have plenty of space for my brow bone highlight, and then I could blend those two shades together at the end. So now, switching up the color, we're still going to use this as a mix into the transition, just to give it a little bit more of that lighter, I don't know, almost mustardy yellow look, but not so yellow. More brown with a hint of mustard. So now going into those Mega Matrix palettes, I'm just taking this Morphe M330. It's a blending brush, but it is a lot smaller. By the way, this one is a Moda Studio brush, but I don't know like the name of it. I'm sorry. So now we're gonna place this shade right here, and we want to kind of like, I don't know, dab most of the color here and then start blending, because if you start blending right away, you could drag way too much pigment into the first half of the eye, and really you want more of that bold and darkness on the outer corner, and then you want to try to keep the center of the eye looking a lot more lighter. Also, you guys, excuse the baby hairs, like, I don't know what's going on. They're just extra out there. Just slowly dragging that, still doing like the little circular motions all the way over here. And then if I feel like I need to, I'm just going to go back in with my transition shade and kind of help that blend a little bit. So now I just want to deepen that outer corner just a little bit more, so I'm using the same exact brush and then going into a little bit of a darker shade. And again, you don't need to use any of the products that I'm using. And then I'm just going to take this little tiny blending brush, and there's nothing on it, and I'm just going to help that kind of blend into that outer corner a little bit better. Everything is very lightly. You can see that I'm holding it all the way over here and not right here, because the closer to the bristles that you hold it, the more pigment that you're going to get. So now we're going to go in and we're going to cut the crease. You can use the same primer that you use to prime your eyes, or you can use a concealer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with this Morphe concealer. This is in the shade C2.35. Just any concealer will do, and then a nice flat brush. I'm going to start using this one and hopefully it could get the job done. And I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of the concealer here. And I know that looks crazy, but if you just look up, so once you do that, you can see that the concealer starts kind of like showing you where your outline is to cut your crease. So you just want to go ahead and follow that and then cut your crease. You can cut it all the way, or you could do it like a half moon. I think I'm going to do like a half moon and then kind of blend it into the darker shade. So going in, and I'm just following the guide that the concealer pretty much made for me. And you might need to scoot in closer to your mirror or have a hand mirror, but we're basically just outlining the area here. Okay, so once you have that done, it should look something like this. I went ahead and I tapped off any excess concealer just because we don't need a bunch of the concealer. The color is going to show up. You just want to make sure that you have a nice cut crease and that it's not too much onto the dark shade. So now we're going to go in just with any flat brush again. It's a little thicker than the one that I used to cut my crease, but nonetheless it's still a flat brush. And I'm just going to load the shade right on here, and then we're just going to go ahead and tap it on. Okay, so I went ahead and I got that green shade on. It's looking very similar to what I want, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to deepen the outer corner in just a second. For right now, I want to apply my brow bone highlight just to make sure that I'm balancing everything out the way that I like it. I don't like to go too crazy dark here before I put on anything else because you can always add what you can't take off. So I'm just taking a small detailer brush and I'm popping my brow bone highlight only on the highest point, and then kind of feathering it out with my fingers. You don't want to like exaggerate the brow bone highlight because it can make your eye look heavy and weighed down, and if you bring it out this way, it's going to bring down your eyebrow and kind of like, I don't know, just make everything look kind of heavy instead of doing what it's supposed to do, which it's supposed to lift up the brow bone. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just try to deepen up the outer corner a little bit using the same Morphe M330 brush that I was using, and then we will move on from there. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and I finished that up. I didn't mean to like, I don't know, shape it this way. I was just trying to clean up under my eye. It just happened. It's fine. You don't need to. But we're going to move on to the face. So I like to use my Makeup Forever Step 1 for like my nose. My nose gets pretty oily. My forehead hasn't been that oily. It's just, I don't know, it's always shiny. So I just take it on my finger and then I apply it onto my nose. Make sure I get it everywhere. Nice and thin, even layer. And then I am just going to take whatever little bit was left over on my finger for my forehead, just because it is super shiny. So once I have that on, we're going to move on to the primer for the face. So I received this primer in my BoxyCharm. I want to say that I have 2 other ones of these. I just don't know where they're at. But I didn't feel like it really did much for me when I tried it the first time. So let's get in here and try it again and see if maybe, I don't know, it does something this time. It does feel really smooth and it makes the skin look, you know, a little smooth, but I don't know, I don't think it's anything super exciting, even though I've heard a lot of people kind of rave about it. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and let that set for just a couple seconds. So it does definitely look a little smoother, but I don't know, I feel like I could get the same look with other primers, but I don't know, a lot of people rave about that primer. I don't know, maybe I'm just missing something, not sure. I'm gonna go in with these Iconic London Illuminator, and we're just gonna kind of put a couple, you know, not even drops, I'm just kind of rubbing the little thing here. And this is just going to be to give me just a little extra pop of highlight when I apply my highlight. So this is going to go under my foundation, so a lot of it will be covered. Don't be scared. And I'm just going to apply it anywhere where I normally apply highlight. I'm mostly I like a matte finish kind of person, but I actually have quite a bit of these illuminator drops. I have like this one, I have a couple of Cover FX, and I just really don't use them, so I felt like using it today. So today we are going to go in with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hues foundation. I am in the shade Light Medium 120, and I'm just going to take it on my Dose of Colors sponge and just putting some in the back of my hand. And I'm going in with the flat side. And for my foundation, I really just like to use a sponge most of the time. Once in a great while, I'll use a brush. I don't know, a sponge will always have my heart. Even like the Blendiful, I prefer over a brush. The Blendiful is probably in my top two applicators that I actually like to put my foundation on with. But you know, gotta switch it up for you guys here. So as you can see, the illuminator drops just kind of, I don't know, gave me like a little glow within moment, kind of. I am gonna mattify it down because that's who I am, but there still will be like a little bit of a glow there. And then I'm going to put highlight on, so going in with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer. I am in the shade Medium Tan 20, and I just put it on with the applicator first. Also, a lot of people ask like, oh, like what kind of foundation do you use? Like, they just like the way my skin looks, I guess, with the foundation on. And I think a tip that, I don't know, sometimes I don't even realize until somebody like constantly asks. I don't really like over blend my makeup in the sense of I apply only what I need. So that's why I put it in the back of my hand or like on a palette, and then I just grab what I need and then kind of go in there, apply, and then add a little bit more. Because if you go in with a lot, you're gonna have to be like pouncing and pouncing. You're gonna start making that uneven, and it's no good. So it's better to just go in with smaller amounts and kind of like pounce it on where you need, and then build from there. Kind of like work one area at a time until your full face is covered. So to set this first, I'm going to go ahead and take my Airspun Translucent Powder. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know that I love this stuff. But if you're new around here, I have a couple videos where I talk about it. I will link the most recent one down below. And I just want to take it on this Alemad brightening brush and just stepping off any excess and then going down here and setting it. I am going to brighten up the under eye just a little bit with my Brighten and Bronze by Alemad Cosmetics, which I will show you in just a second. I just kind of want to give it a thin layer of setting powder because I really like to push this into the wrinkles or lines or whatever you want to call them that I have under my eye, and I just feel more comfortable doing it with this one and then brightening up the eye afterwards. So leaving it like that just for now, and then moving on to this eye. Okay, so now we're going to go into the Brightening and Bronze trio, and I am just going to use the shade I'm Woke. This one is in the medium tan, but they do offer the fair light and the dark. They look like this. If you are interested in a good bronzer, I would definitely suggest checking these out. I purchased all three because, I don't know, I'm just like that, and I like to use my makeup for different things and whatnot. But these are very buildable, so if you're like in between shades, you should be able to find something that works for you. Personally, I think, for example, if you're like a light and medium kind of, you know, complexion, I would say go with the medium because these are buildable. But, you know, you do whatever you think that you need. I'm just saying. But they are great and they look good over liquid foundation, under liquid foundation, over powder, under powder. I don't know. Honestly, these powders are just really good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the rest of my face. I just go in with the L'Oreal True Match W7 Caramel Beige. Actually, I feel like I am in between shades, so I did pick up a shade lighter as well, but today we're just going to go in with this one. And I'm just going to set my face lightly. It looks like I might be going in rough, but again, if you're holding it at the tip, it's not that rough. So now going in with the brightening and bronze again, I'm just going in with the shade Always Summer, which is this one right here. I've gouged it a couple times, and I'm just taking this bronzer brush from Animal Cosmetics. You guys, I absolutely love this brush actually. And I just like to kind of press it into the skin while I'm slowly moving it up. I'm definitely more of a bronzer person. I don't think I've ever really contoured. Like, I've done a little something here and there, but I prefer a bronzer. But honestly, these got me into bronzing more often. So for blush, I'm just going to go into this Milani Baked Blush. This is the shade BELLISOMO Bronze 6. And I don't know, you guys, I just love these Milani Baked Blushes. Okay, so now that I have that on, we're going to go into one of my favorite highlighting palettes. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I love this palette. I don't know why, I just do. And we're going to go into the shade Glow Getter. And I'm just going to pop that right on the high points of my cheeks. I actually like go a little crazy here. I like this to all be highlighted, and then when I'm looking forward, I like for you to be able to see a little peekaboo here. Okay, so I have that on now, and now we're going to go ahead and set the face. For those of you that have asked, setting the face really just kind of like melts all your makeup into the skin, makes everything look more skin-like and not so powdery. I mean, people are going to know that you have makeup on, but you know what I mean. So I personally love this one from Colourpop. I still don't know exactly the name because on the bottle it says hyaluronic acid setting mist, and then it says pretty fresh, but then online it says hydrating setting mist. So I always try to mention it down below, link it down below, just depends. But a lot of you also compliment me on my skin, even though most of you know I don't do much to it. But I definitely think that everything that goes on my skin contributes to my skin. And so I've been loving this one. I've been using it almost in every single video, I want to say. And I haven't really been using much of my other ones. So that could be it. We all know that hyaluronic acid is great for the skin. So if you want to check it out, I'm pretty sure it's not that expensive compared to the other ones. But we're just gonna go ahead and set the base. So moving on to brows, you guys, I wish that I could be a person that's like super into brows, because I think that's the thing that most people struggle with, like brows, lashes, you know, those things. But I really do not like, I guess, two things. I don't like the way super done up brows look on me, but also I don't really think you can tell because I never like to go super exaggerated. So I just use brow gel. If you're anything like me, any brow gel really, I don't know, has done the job. I have some from the Brow Gal. I like this one from Wet n Wild. And then this one is from Colourpop. So if you're like me, you feel like you're hairy enough, I just like to comb through my brows, which honestly right now are a little rough because, you know, we can't go out into the world and get them done. But I've been trying to like clean them up, keep them clean. My shape is usually always there because it's my shape, but you know, my brow lady just makes them look better. So I just come in here, comb it in through my brows. And that's really it. Like, there's my brow routine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my other brow in like 2 seconds. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and finish the under eye. So basically, I'm just gonna mimic what I have up here, down here, minus the green. So I just want to bring all the neutral colors down to the bottom, kind of smoke it out, make it look a little more cohesive, and yeah. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I finished up my bottom waterline, put mascara on. I did end up putting just a little bit of liquid eyeliner, not too much. I just wasn't, I don't know, I'm always iffy about eyeliner, you guys, like, welcome to my channel. But now we're gonna move on to the lips. So I think I'm just gonna go into the big box here, and we're gonna go into the shade CTRL. So it's just like a brown shade, and I'm just gonna line my lips with this shade and then blend it down a little bit, like give it a little ombre, and then, I don't know, we'll see what gloss we go in with. Just lining our lips. Okay, so now that I have that on and nice and blended, I didn't put any color into the center because I like the way that my lip color looks with this gloss. This is the Lunar Beauty Dreamy Lip Gloss, and you guys, it's my favorite gloss. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty much almost gone. I need to get more, but I'm trying not to spend unless I really absolutely need it, and so, you know, I'm trying. So once you have the gloss on, that is it, you guys. That completes the look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to kind of do the pop of color a little bit different because I feel like most of the time when we do pops of color, it's in the inner corner or on the bottom waterline. And so I kind of just wanted to, you know, keep it wearable but give you a little something extra. And for the lips, of course, you can always apply another shade in the center. I just personally, I don't know, I don't mind it. I like the way that it looks. Anyway, you guys, please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next one. Adios!